Hi, welcome back to my channel. And this time we'll be checking out the video titled The Myth of the Sampo, an infinite source of fortune and greed. Wow, interesting, right? This is really intriguing. I'm super excited to check this one out because I can't wait to find out what this myth of Sampo actually talks about. So you guys stay with me and let's check this video out.
After a savage seafaring skirmish and 8 long days of being battered by waves, Väinämöinen, a powerful bard and sage as old as the world itself, washed up on the shores of distant Pohjola. Unlike his home Kalevala, Pohjola was a dark and frozen land, ruled by 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿, the gap-toothed hag of the north. The cunning witch nursed Väinämöinen back to health, but demanded a reward for returning him home. Not content with mere gold or silver, 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿 wanted what did not yet exist, the Sampo.
Wow.
To be
𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿 actually has taste. Wow. She wanted what does not exist. Can you imagine that? Wow. I can't wait to find out what that is.
Forged from the tips of white swan feathers, the milk of greatest virtue, a single grain of barley, and the finest wool of lambskins, this artifact was said to be an endless font of wealth. But Väinämöinen knew that only Seppo Ilmarinen, the eternal hammerer who forged the sky dome itself, could craft such an object. So he convinced 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿 to send him home and fetch the smith. Though the journey was far from easy, the bard finally made it back to Kalevala. But Ilmarinen refused to go to the gloomy north, a land of witches and man-eaters. But keeping true to his word, Väinämöinen tricked Ilmarinen into climbing a giant tree before summoning a mighty storm to carry the smith all the way to Pohjola. Ilmarinen was well received in the north. 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿 lavished her guest with extravagant hospitality and promised him the hand of her beautiful daughter if he could craft what she wished. When she finally asked if Ilmarinen was capable of forging the Sampo, the powerful smith declared he could indeed accomplish the task. But try as he might to bend the forge to his will, its fires only produced other artifacts, beautiful in appearance but ill-mannered in nature. An elegant crossbow that thirsted for blood, and a gleaming plow that ruined cultivated fields, among others. Finally, Ilmarinen summoned the winds themselves to work the bellows, and in 3 days' time he pulled the Sampo with its lid of many colors from the forge's flames. On its sides, the smith carefully crafted a grain mill, a salt mill, and a money mill. 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿 was so delighted with the object's limitless productive power that she ran off to lock her treasure inside a mountain. But when Ilmarinen tried to claim his prize, the promised maiden refused to marry him, and the smith had to return home alone. Years passed, and while Pohjola prospered, Ilmarinen and Väinämöinen were without wives or great wealth. Bitter about this injustice, the bard proposed a quest to retrieve the Sampo, and the two sailed north with the help of Lemminkainen, a beautiful young man with a history of starting trouble. Upon arrival, Väinämöinen requested half the Sampo's profits as compensation, or they'd take the artifact by force. Outraged at this request, 𝐿𝐿𝐻𝐿 summoned her forces to fight the heroes.
Wow, this story is really interesting. It's really interesting, and then the animation kind of makes it even more interesting and entertaining to watch. I hope you're enjoying it. Wow, because I am.
But as her army readied for war, the bard played his magic harp, 𝐶𝐂𝐿, entrancing all who heard it and sending Pohjola into a deep slumber. Unimpeded, the 3 men took the Sampo and quietly made their escape. Lemminkainen was ecstatic at their success and demanded that Väinämöinen sing of their triumph. The bard refused, knowing the dangers of celebrating too early. But after 3 days of traveling, Lemminkainen's excitement overwhelmed him, and he recklessly broke out in song. His awful singing voice woke a nearby crane, whose screeching cries roused the Pohjolan horde. The army made chase. As their warship closed in, Wainamoinen raised a rock to breach their hull. Undeterred, Louhi transformed into a giant eagle, carrying her army on her back as they attacked the hero's vessel. She managed to grab the Sampo in her claw, but just as quickly, it dropped into the sea, shattering into pieces and sinking deep beyond her talons' reach. Buried on the ocean floor, the remnants of this powerful device remain in the realm of Ahti, god of water, where they grind salt for the seas to this very day.
Wow.
This Finnish epic inspired a young British boy in Birmingham. He went on to write one of the most beloved literary adventures of all time, The Lord of the Rings. Download a free audiobook version of Tolkien's The Fellowship of the Ring.
Wow. Wow, this is interesting. Oh, I didn't know the author of Lord of the Rings was Tolkien. Is it Tolkien or Tolkien? Wow, I didn't know that. Though I've heard of that book, I don't think I've read it. Lord of the Rings. Wow, this story was really interesting. Well, Lohi was not going to let them take the artifacts from her, right? Like she rather loses it than to um leave it with those guys who wanted to take it away. Wow, this is interesting. Wow. I need to rewatch this to digest it because I don't think I've really gotten the story, or from what I understood, it's a story about wealth and greed, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it's these artifacts kind of bring sample brings good luck or fortune to you, and in the quest of getting more or something, kind of lose it. Is that what it means? You guys, let me know in the comments. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye.